Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Friday said he has requested the military to set up an arrangement to empty regular people from Rafah in front of a normal Israeli intrusion of the thickly populated southern Gaza city. The declaration came after weighty worldwide analysis, including from the U.S., of Israeli aims to move ground powers into the city that borders Egypt. Rafah had a pre-war populace of approximately 280,000, and as per the unified countries is presently home to a few 1.4 million extra individuals residing with family members, in covers or in rambling tent camps in the wake of escaping battling somewhere else in Gaza. Israel says that Rafah is the final Hamas fortification in Gaza after over 4 months of war. It is difficult to accomplish the objective of the conflict of killing Hamas by leaving 4 Hamas brigades in Rafah, Netanyahu's office said. Running against the norm, obviously extraordinary movement in Rafah expects that regular citizens empty the areas of battle. It said he had requested the military and security authorities to think of a consolidated plan that incorporates both a mass departure of regular people and the obliteration of Hamas powers in the town. Israel announced battle after a few thousand Hamas assailants burst across the line into southern Israel on October 7, killing 1,200 individuals and abducting 250 others. An Israeli air and ground hostile has killed about 28,000 Palestinians, a large portion of them ladies and minors, as indicated by nearby well-being authorities. Generally 80% of Gaza's 2.3 million individuals have been dislodged, and the region has dove into a helpful emergency with deficiencies of food and clinical benefits. Netanyahu has to a great extent repelled global analysis of the regular citizen loss of life, saying that Hamas is liable for imperiling regular folks by working and concealing in neighborhoods. In any case, that analysis has failed lately as Netanyahu and different pioneers' commitment to move into Rafah. U.S. President Joe Biden said Thursday that Israel's lead in the conflict is beyond absurd, the most extreme U.S. analysis yet of its nearby partner. The State Division said an intrusion of Rafah in the ongoing conditions would be a catastrophe. The activity will be a test on many levels. It stays indistinct where regular people can go. The Israeli hostile has caused broad obliteration, particularly in northern Gaza, and countless individuals don't have homes to get back to. Also, Egypt has cautioned that any development of Palestinians across the boundary into Egypt would compromise the 4-decade-old ceasefire among Israel and Egypt. The line going among Gaza and Egypt, which is for the most part shut, fills in as the primary section point for philanthropic guide. Israel as of now has struck Rafah from the air. Airstrikes short-term and into Friday hit 2 private structures in Rafah, while 2 different destinations were besieged in focal Gaza, including one that harmed a kindergarten turned cover for uprooted Palestinians. 22 individuals were killed, as indicated by AP columnists who saw the bodies showing up at emergency clinics. Developing contact. Remarks from top U.S. authorities about Rafah have flagged developing contact with Netanyahu after a visit to the locale by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Blinken, who has been working with Egypt and Qatar on attempting to intervene a truce among Israel and Hamas, left the district Thursday without an understanding. However, he said he accepted it was as yet conceivable to hammer out an agreement that would remember a drawn-out stop for battling in return for the arrival of large numbers of the in excess of 100 prisoners held by Hamas. Netanyahu seemed to scorn Blinken, saying he will agree to downright complete triumph. The Israeli chief has said the conflict looks to annihilate Hamas military and overseeing abilities and return all prisoners home. With Blinken still around, Netanyahu said accomplishing those objectives would require an activity in Rafah. Vedant Patel, a State Division representative, said Thursday that proceeding such a hostile with no preparation and little thought in a space where there is protecting of 1 million individuals would be a catastrophe. John Kirby, the White House's public safety representative, said an Israel ground hostile in Rafah is not something we would uphold. Help organization authorities have likewise sounded alerts over the possibility of a Rafah hostile. We want Gaza's final clinics, sanctuaries, markets and water frameworks to remain utilitarian, said Catherine Russell, top of the UN Kids organization UNICEF. Without them, appetite and sickness will soar, taking more kid lives. With the conflict currently in its 5th month, Israeli ground powers are as yet zeroing in on the city of Khan Younis, only north of Rafah. However, Netanyahu has over and over said Rafah will be straightaway, making alarm among countless uprooted individuals. Airstrikes short-term. Not long after 12 p.m. Friday, a private structure was struck close to Rafah's weighty emergency clinic, killing 5 individuals from the El Saeed family, including 3 youngsters and a lady. A second Rafah strike killed 3 additional individuals. One more short-term strike, in the focal town of Deir al-Balah, asserted 9 lives. Likewise in Focal Gaza, a strike hit close to a kindergarten-turned-cover, harming the structure. It killed 5 and injured a few additional individuals. Witnesses said cover inhabitants were sleeping at that point. A lady, conveying a little child in her arms, yelled as she showed up at the neighborhood Al-Aqsa Saints Medical Clinic, "What else is there to do?" This is crafted by the weakling Zionist foe that picks guiltless regular citizens. This young lady is terminating rockets at the Jews? May Lord have mercy on us. A portion of the injured kids were treated while lying on the floor. Working for a truce. Israel's 4-month-old air and ground hostile, among the most damaging in ongoing history, has killed 27,947 Palestinians and injured more than 67,000, neighborhood well-being authorities said Friday. The conflict has driven a great many people from their homes and pushed a fourth of the populace toward starvation, as per the UN. Biden has said he keeps on working enthusiastically to squeeze Israel and Hamas to settle on a lengthy delay in battling. Netanyahu has dismissed Hamas requests for a prisoner bargain, which incorporates a finish to the conflict and the arrival of many veteran Palestinian detainees carrying out lengthy punishments in Israel for lethal assaults did as a component of the long-running clash. Netanyahu excused Hamas requests as capricious, even as Blinken said he trusts proceeded with talks, through between Egypt and Qatar, are conceivable. Israel's conflict objectives show up progressively subtle, as Hamas reappears in pieces of northern Gaza, which was the main objective of the hostile and has seen broad obliteration. Israel has just protected 1 prisoner, while Hamas says a few have been killed in airstrikes or bombed salvage missions.